Right now, I'm up in a kind of up high on top of a mountain in Colorado. And there's an old mine up here that I've been looking for, and I know it's up here. I just can't find it, not yet at least. I came up here earlier this spring, but the snow got too deep and I had to turn back down. And so I wanted to come up today, and I've been up here hiking for hours and hours, but it's time I got to start heading back off the mountain. So not today, but there's always another day. But I wanted to take just a moment. I wanted to thank all of you guys. And I'm a very private person outside of this YouTube channel. You know, I have a Facebook page, but I don't think I've commented on that in probably like 10 or 15 years. And, you know, I'll watch TikTok videos and stuff like that, but I don't have an account or anything. So I've never had any way to like promote this channel or advertise it or anything like that. And the channel just kind of grew organically. And that was because of all of you guys, all of you that watch the channel or watch the videos and supported the channel and hit the like button and all that kind of stuff and subscribe. And I love the comments, so thank you for all the comments. And I love reading them and a lot of the private emails that you guys have sent me. So thank you. And I just wanted to tell you guys I really appreciate it. I don't get money off this channel, and I'll never make money on the channel, and that's because of the music I use. But I never started the channel because of the money. I just started the channel because I love these old places. I love these old sites, and I think they belong to all of us. And I think people should be able to see them, and the only way they can see them is if we document it and it's shared. And I think by doing that, you know, you kind of like create an awareness, and it helps to protect old sites, whether it's old mining sites or old Indian sites or pioneer sites. I mean, they're all equally special, and they all kind of collectively belong to all of us to enjoy. And so thank you, but you guys have given me an opportunity to do that and to share a lot of these sites. A lot of you, well, not a lot of you, but sometimes I'll get emails and people watch the videos and they want to come out to the Uintah Basin, to Utah, and they want to go camping and hiking and exploring. And a lot of times they'll ask me about fishing because they want to go fishing. And I can definitely relate to that. Usually if I'm not out doing this kind of stuff, out exploring around, I'm usually fishing. And my family fishes a lot, and we have ever since I was a little kid. And so I'm going to hike back down off the mountain, and I'll show you some of the pretty scenery up here. And while we're doing that, I'll talk, and I'll show you some pictures. These are just my personal pictures of like the different quality of fish you can expect to catch in the Uintah Basin. And I'll just tell you about some different areas you can go to and stuff like that. And while I'm doing it, I'll also show you a couple of videos, including a cool video of the state of Utah dropping fish out of an airplane. And that being said, if any of you have some advice you want to leave people, just put it down in the comments. If you have like your favorite fishing spot, or just a fish story or whatever, or you just got better ideas, you know, put it in there, and it kind of helps out everyone. So with that being said, thank you, and until next time. This first video clip I'm going to show you, this is my buddy Woody Olson, and he's a resident of the Uintah Basin, and he caught this fish. It's a lake trout. He caught it last year up at the Flaming Gorge, and this fish came within 5 inches of beating the state record for catch and release lake trout. And if I remember right, the fish is right around 43 inches long. And I want to thank Woody for allowing me to share this beautiful fish with all of you guys. If you're looking for a nice place where you can rent a cabin, there's a place called Moon Lake Resort, and it's ran by a guy named Greg Gardner, and he seems like a pretty cool guy. but he has some really nice cabins and they're very affordable. And Moon Lake is just an absolutely gorgeous area. You can do a lot of hiking, you can do some fishing. There's also the Rock Creek Lodge up by the Stillwater Dam, and that's also a really beautiful place to stay at. The lakes and the high Uintahs, when it comes to fishing, you can definitely catch a lot of fish, but the fish quality is, they're kind of smaller, but it's really nice for kids. If you got like a worm and a salmon egg and stuff like that, you're almost guaranteed to catch a fish. And so the kids love it, and it's naturally beautiful. You got the forest, you got a lot of mountain peaks. And I'm gonna show you a video of how the state of Utah stocks the mountain lakes up in the Uintahs. And I have no idea how these fish survive, but they do. But I thought it was pretty cool, and I wanted to share it with all you guys. Next up, we have the Green River, and the Green River is one of my favorite places to fish, and my family fishes the Green River a lot, and we have ever since I was just a kid. And we take boats up and down the Green River, and we'll fish all the way from Jensen, Utah, clear down past Ouray, Utah. But we got special engines on our boats. We have jet drives and mud molders. So if you are gonna take a boat in the Green River, just be very careful. It can go from like 4 to 6 feet deep to 10 inches deep in a matter of seconds. And last year, my brother and our friend Drew got hurt pretty bad on the Green River. And my brother was going down in his boat, and they were fishing, and they were at a spot they'd been to 100 times before. And they just hit something in the water, and the boat just stopped, and they're probably doing about 25 miles per hour. And they both just kind of flew out of the boat and skipped across the water, and they got banged up pretty good, and Drew broke some bones. But just be careful if you're gonna take a boat on the Green River, but it's a lot of fun. But there's tons of areas where you can fish off the bank, and you can catch a lot of catfish, and some of the catfish are pretty good size. You have carp, bass, there's a wide variety of fish. There's a guy I know, one of my brother's neighbors, and he's caught walleye clear down by a horseshoe bend, but a great place to fish. Next up, we have what I refer to as the lower elevation lakes. And these would be your lakes like Starvation, Sandwash, Borum, Bottle Hollow, Red Fleet, lakes like that. And these are great lakes. This is usually where I'll go if I'm feeling lazy and I just want to kick back, drink beer, and fish. And you can catch really nice quality fish. There's some monsters in those lakes. Last year, my friend caught a 9.5 pound walleye out of Lake Borum. But very good fishing, very good quality of fish. And most of those lakes have campgrounds where you can camp or set up a tent. And last but not least is my favorite, and that's the rivers. And I fish the rivers a lot, and I'll fish Rock Creek, Lake Fork, the Uintah, White Rocks, Yellowstone, and the Duchesne rivers. Those are pretty much my favorite. The rivers pack a big punch. They really do. There's some monsters in the rivers. You will have to do hiking though. To get to the good spots, you'll definitely have to hike into them. But it's well worth it. And just be careful on like the Duchesne River. A lot of that is private land. But the farmers are pretty cool. Like if you go and talk to them and you ask permission, you don't just sneak in there to fish, they'll usually let you fish. The only time they won't is if it's during calving season, if their cows are having calves, and that's because they don't want to stress the cows. But rather than that, if you ask permission, they'll work with you, and they're usually pretty cool. But you can definitely catch some monsters in the rivers, and it makes for a good hike. It's absolutely beautiful, but definitely my favorite place to fish in the Uintah Basin is the rivers. Well, I'm almost back to the Jeep and off the mountain, but absolutely gorgeous up here. The rain made everything really green, and it's just beautiful. But last week, my oldest son and his lovely girlfriend came out to visit Mama and me, and we did a little bit of hiking, and we were very blessed. We were able to capture some bighorn sheep. In fact, we're able to get really close up to them. And so that's this next footage that you're going to see.